Welcome back to The Reset. I am Shaun Tucker, human performance scientist and authority architect. We are here in the living lab documenting the struggle, the science, and the shift for every high performance dad and founder who's ready to bridge the gap between their ambition and their presence. Today, I'm actually in the living lab with an awesome guest all the way from Montana in the United States. Her name is Christina Price. She is a breathwork facilitator and a transformational mindset coach based in Bozeman. Is that how you say it?
Yep, Bozeman.
Bozeman, Montana. She is someone who knows firsthand what it costs to do all the right things and still find yourself back at square one. After her own life imploded in a single week, she stopped trying to think her way out of a body problem and found the missing piece, the nervous system.
Wow.
Armed with a psychology degree from Rutgers University and deep roots in fitness, health, and human behavior, she built the Regulated Revolution, which is a 12-week immersion that does what most transformation work skips entirely. It regulates the nervous system first, so the mindset work finally actually sticks. She helps women unfuck their patterns they were handed, shift their beliefs around what's possible, and rise into their most audacious lives. So, Christina, welcome to the show. It is awesome to have you here, and I can't wait to get stuck into the conversation.
Thank you. Thank you for having me. I'm very excited to be here with you.
Yeah, I'd love to go back to that week where everything collapsed. Like, tell me what happened.
Well, I mean, it all did happen in 1 week, but of course, it was a culmination and a slow burn and build over years. Starting from growing up in like a super chaotic household, with my dad, he would be described as like a dry drunk. Like he wasn't an alcoholic, but he had a super, super short fuse.
Okay, yeah.
And super irritable and aggravated and just really easily triggered. And I had an older brother, and I would say he definitely took like the physical brunt of it. But there was just like a lot of verbal abuse and emotional abuse, that you don't consider abuse when you're growing up in it. It's just regular, normal life, and that's just how families are. So I learned how to like really manage everybody. Like I was the one who fixed everything and managed the relationships between my parents and between my brother. And I actually grew up thinking I was like really good at it. And and was like
What
really
makes you think you're not?
I find that out down the line once I joined Al-Anon. But long story short, I married somebody who grew up in a very different family, but also dysfunctional, but just sort of like at the other end of the spectrum. So we sort of like met somewhere in the middle. And what I had come to realize now, like decades and decades and decades later, and I mean that literally, is that, your nervous system attunes to like a certain frequency when you grow up in an environment like that. And so it's constantly searching for that, even though it's not good. That's what's familiar. So I, ended up marrying somebody who was, an addict, but not in a way that I could recognize. So just normal social behavior, like he just drank a lot, but like everybody drank a lot. So I didn't recognize it as alcoholism. He was very irritable, disgruntled, and agitated, and also had like a short fuse when it came to reacting to things. So I was constantly managing his reactions, right? Like getting ready for reactions. Then we had 3 kids, and
Did that fix everything?
no, where's that? Now, what it did do was give me something else to really focus my energy and time on.
Yeah,
So
interesting.
I've been really good at finding things to distract myself from myself.
Yeah.
And I think, it sort of all came to a head when we had moved across country, thinking that we could just change our lifestyle and everything else would change, like not a lot would follow us.
Mm.
Um, and so about 5 years into moving across country, yeah, he went away to rehab. And then a week later, I drove my daughter down to an eating disorder residential recovery center.
Wow.
And I had one daughter who was away at boarding school. So I was down to now one child. I had one child. It was just me and my son at home. And it really was just like this point of reckoning of like, oh, like what the fuck just happened? Like on the outside, we were like these entrepreneurs, we're like healthy. I was running a fitness business, like so much of the outside package. And we were like very fun and super social. We entertained a lot. Like it
Yeah,
didn't
interesting.
track. It didn't track. And yeah, it
Yeah.
just like totally imploded like within a week of itself. And um it just really gave me it's just so interesting how the universe sort of like shakes things out. All I could really handle was one person. I didn't realize that at the time. So like it was just me and my son. So the silver lining was like it was a beautiful time for us.
Hmm. Was he
Um
the youngest?
he's the youngest,
Yeah.
and it was literally like all I could manage was like one other person. And so it gave me
Mm.
this opportunity to do a lot of self-reflection and a lot of that was like the beginning of the road to repairing and sort of like rediscovering myself.
Yeah,
Mhm.
interesting.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's often the things that we run away from are the things we have to face eventually, right?
You do. They're literally I mean, you cannot run away from yourself. Like, it's cliche, but people spend their lives doing it.
Yeah. And often
Um,
the most successful people, the ones who look the most successful, are the ones who are running the fastest.
oh, 100%. Yeah. It is. It really takes I mean, you really gotta get, like, still and quiet, and yeah, it's like I always use this analogy of, like a pond, like in a storm or after you've just been, like, swimming in it, and it's all muddied up. And you're like you've dropped something and you're like, where is it? And you're, trying to find the thing that you're looking for. And of
Yeah.
course, you're only making it worse. Like you will not gain clarity from moving the water more. You just
Yeah.
have to wait and let like all the salt settle and it just becomes clear. And like, that's what breath work has done. And that's, I don't think anybody can you can't fast track that. Like, I don't, I have not found another way to really connect with your inner voice and your inner self and into your body without just taking a beat.
Yeah. Interesting. I mean, two things come up for me, right? What you just said. And the first one is a quote from Alan Watts, which says, muddy water,
Mm,
I'll repeat that, muddy water is best cleared by leaving it alone.
mm-hmm.
And the second thing is that when we are really pursuing something hard, it's like we have, I guess the best way to describe it is there's two batteries we have. We have one that kind of we are born with,
Mm-hmm.
right? This is our battery pack that we have. The second one is the one that we have after. So it's like how we maintain, how we restore. But the
Yeah.
first battery pack that we have is not something that you can restore. It's something that only you can conserve, right? And
Mm,
this is factoring your genetics. This is factoring in basically all the things that have made you up until this point, and it can't be replenished. So it's like it just depletes, and the faster you run, the faster you get away from your body,
mm-hmm.
the more this will deplete. The more you rely on things like stimulants like caffeine and maybe other drugs as well. Alcohol would be something similar as well.
Mm-hmm.
Um, you're just depleting this reserve that doesn't fill back up.
Mm-hmm.
And I
Yeah.
guess what you're saying is breathwork has been the thing that's allowed you to see where you're at. It's been able to connect you back to your body to kind of locate yourself, right?
Yeah, very much so.
And so, what has it done now for you after that moment of realization of, I'm here?
Right. Um, yeah, of course, like all things, when you discover, right, it's a process, it's an adoption. Um, it's a deliberate choice. Like I like that that is such a huge part of your platform, because I really like that is the truth. Ev- you always have a choice. You may not like your choices,
Mm,
but you still have a choice, and doing nothing is a choice. And I I recognize that there are, I mean, I have people in my life like who suffer from bipolar and, a very like fixed mindset, limiting belief system that's been with them for so long that it can be difficult to get through when you're in such a fixed mindset state that you really do have a choice. Like the
yeah.
difference between, well, I don't like either of those choices. Like, so I'm screwed. I don't have a choice. It's like, yeah, but it's still a choice. Like, you still get to pick an avenue. And I would say, I don't know if you've ever read Determined by Robert Sapolsky. Have you read that book?
No, I have not.
It's really interesting. It pokes around at free will.
Hmm. Yep.
Um, and it's just fascinating because it unravels it a little bit in terms of like the psychology and the biomechanics of how our brains actually operate. So
Mm,
um it's like, well, you made that decision based on the decision you made before that, based on the decision, like all the way, all the way, all the way, all the way down to like in utero kind of thing. And
yeah.
so when you look at it that way, and you're trying to consciously make choices that will put you on a path in a desired direction, it it really is like those tiny little steps that are like eking your way that way, because it creates like a muscle memory of the before action. I don't know if I'm explaining it in the best way, but it's it is like the old adage, practice makes perfect. Like the more you practice making choices, feeling like
Hmm.
you're making choices, practicing making choices, the easier it gets, the better you're going to be at making choices. That's
It sounds
certainly
like, yeah, it's because a choice is made for you regardless if you are conscious of it or not, right?
yes.
So I think it's what you're trying to say is we are always making choices whether we like it or not. And it's, are you choosing your path,
Hmm.
or are you letting life choose it for you, or like the outside world choose it for you?
Hmm. And
Because a lot of
regardless
us,
of where it like stemmed from, as we know, like we create our reality, right? Like our perception is our reality. So if
yeah,
you start conditioning yourself to perceive that you are making that choice,
yeah,
more of that will happen.
it's comes back to the I am statements, right? In very literal, practical terms, it's like I am Shaun or I am
Mhm.
Christina. Well, are you?
Right. What does that mean?
Right? Because, yeah, the outside world has told you that is what your name is, that is who you are. But are you really that thing? Or
Right.
are you so
I'll
much,
tear
are you
you
more?
open. Is there going to be a tag that says John Tucker in there? Like it's such an interesting point.
Yeah. I mean, I remember watching a video of Sadhguru talking about this, and he's literally deconstructing someone and asking, are you still there? Like, if we take one of your arms off, is Christina still there?
Yeah.
If we detach your legs, are you still Christina? Like, if we remove your body, are you still Christina?
Yeah. It's it is a like we take much of that for granted, and I think probably a great um like vets would have a lot to say about that, and I think that's an identity thing that they really struggle with, right? Like that
Yeah.
exact thing of like, well, who am I if I'm not? And it's like, well, what does that even mean? Like what is that? Who is
It,
that?
yeah, it becomes very existential quite quickly
Hmm.
when you start playing around in those realms. But
Yeah.
it's, I think what ultimately happened from the story that you shared, it's like we have these build-ups of choices that we've made and decisions that have happened. And then
Mm-hmm.
all of a sudden it gets to the point where you see yourself clearly in the mirror. And it's like, no. Right?
Are
No.
what? It's 100% that. And having like I feel I'm so grateful and I feel I've always felt very lucky. Like I've always considered myself a very lucky person and I feel very fortunate and very lucky. But to have come to that like crux in my life, um, and be like, okay, like where do I get to go now? Like
Yeah.
this is no bueno. This is not what we want. This is not what we set after. And we can see where we sort of got caught up in the current, with the running away and the like, like over here and and it's like all the work is inside.
Yeah. What's really interesting, though, I've found in my experience and hearing a lot of other people share their stories is if you went back 5 years ago or 10 years before, it's like you actually have the life that you wanted that many years ago, except this is where it gets a little bit convoluted or complicated is did you want that based on what you didn't have, or
Mm-hmm.
did you want it based on what you did have? Like it's coming is it coming from a place of lack? Is it coming from a place of what your mind perceives it wants, which is
Mm-hmm.
usually not what you really want?
Right.
Or is it coming from a place of this abundance, like life is so great, it's you have this fantastic, beautiful relationship that makes you feel alive with life?
Mm-hmm.
And is it coming from that place? And I think after going on this journey myself as well, because that's where we met, is actually through the breathwork
Mm-hmm.
facilitator training. And obviously we're in a mastermind together as well. It's interesting to peel back the layers to find out what it is you truly want.
Mm-hmm.
Because a mind's desire is not the same as like when you're in sync with your body and your mind and let's say your soul. It's hard. Like, how do you actually know what you want?
It's a great question. Like I ask myself that all the time. And for me, I feel like as a woman, it's so interesting. I was literally having this conversation with my husband today. Um, that changes for me throughout the month. Like,
Mm,
like I am not the same person throughout the month.
hmm
Um, and so like my wants and needs and desires and like aspirations fluctuate.
Yeah.
Um, so I don't always know what I want. Like that's such a good question. I think and I think so often we project onto like things. Like we
Yeah.
want, you know, I want I want wallpaper. Like I want whatever. Like I want this in my house or I want to go on this vacation or I want, you know, these tangibles, right?
hmm
Um, and certainly our culture and our society is very focused and geared toward that as measures and metrics of happiness and want and things like that. So there's just so many distractions around that. And that's not to say that some of those things don't bring me joy and happiness, right? Like I do enjoy stuff. Like I do. There's no question. I do enjoy
Me
vacation.
too.
Like I've literally, I'm like, I think I finally crossed the threshold of like really being okay with like being okay with wanting and enjoying things and enjoying luxury and like I do. I mean, I'd be absolutely bold-faced lying if I said I didn't.
Mm,
Um, but is that what really brings real joy and happiness? Like, no, because it just doesn't. Like it's so fleeting because it's like the horizon. And it's the same thing with what you said like 5 years ago, you're further along and maybe you are where you thought you wanted to be, but now the horizon's further. So So for me, and we practice this like with our kids and each other and in conversation with girlfriends, it's like, it's now. it's
Yeah.
it's now. Like there is no horizon or like if you're what we're missing is now. You're if what we're missing is the connection in the grounded state of joy of what you're surrounded with now. Period. Like so if you're
I
not
think,
haven't figured out how to
yeah,
practice that, that's what you're missing. Like that's the secret sauce.
I 100% agree. And I think it's even more important uh, when you look at how do you create an environment that allows you to basically see the reflection clearly.
Mm,
I think this is why people go to find gurus and find, people that are really attuned or like tuned in with, let's say, God, the universe, whatever language you connect to.
mhm,
It's like when they have no projection of, let's say, lack, it's just pure connection with life. And you can just say life, right? So when
mhm,
you have that real innocence, that childlike innocence that's connecting with life, that every moment is curious because there's no like wondering what could have I done better or what did I do wrong for a child that's less than a certain age, right?
mhm.
It's just this beautiful relationship that they have that's just curious and open. And then at a certain point, we switch off from it.
Mhm.
We become closed. We become guarded. The
Yep.
world's not safe anymore.
Right.
And I think I've noticed when I've gone and practiced, this is what I love about yoga. When I found yoga on my journey, um, when I went first and did a residential program, I was like completely blown away with just how much effort they put into creating the environment where you can receive the
Mhm.
gift of what they're offering. So I'd love to know what you've been able to do and what maybe the audience who's listening or watching right now, what they can do in their environment that's allowed you to see a little bit more clearly.
Mm. Well, I hear you on yoga. I mean, I've been practicing yoga for like 25 years, so I love yoga. And for me, I've seen a really big like swing in my life from being very a little bit like disordered, like messy, like my space environment wasn't um I always loved it like design wise, but the neat and tidiness of it wasn't as big of a issue for me,
Mhm.
where now it is.
Mm,
Um, so, and I do believe that that has some reflection of like how our inside is how you are outside. So like keeping my space, neat and orderly, like there's a discipline in that is calming and allows for less distraction and more time to just be.
mhm.
And and I've created my own system for how to do that, right? So that it's not like overwhelming, but it also allows like for in terms of like my rituals, like I really take my time in the morning with my coffee.
Yeah. Okay. Yep.
Like I don't rush my coffee. I'll get up earlier and be able to I mean I have my little espresso machine, so I make everybody's coffee even though nobody's up. They can heat it up once they get up. But
Mhm.
I have mine and then I go outside and I get, sunshine on my face and like it's such a ritual of how I ground myself every day. And of course that's going to look different some days. Uh,
Yeah.
I'm not this is just life. But I have allowed myself a lot more time to enjoy things that really, like these little things that really bring me joy. Like I don't downplay them. Like if
Mm,
you have something that you're like, oh, I just really, really love that, like do that,
yeah.
enjoy that, stretch it, be in it. You know, for me it is, it's like it's my coffee time. It's sometimes it's a little quick power nap in the middle of the day in the sun. It's like just those giving yourself permission. I mean, I think especially for women, can speak. I'm a woman, so I can speak from that. It's like oftentimes it's hard to give yourself permission to just like slow down and take a minute for
Yeah.
no other reason, like other than to just enjoy. Right? Like yoga is an easy thing because you're like, oh, but it's productive. I'm getting my fitness in. I'm checking off this box. Where do like there's so
Yeah.
we're always constantly, like kind of balancing that. Like, is that do I, of course I get to do that, but do I get to sit and take like 30 to 45 minutes for my coffee? Hell yeah. Like that is like fills me with
I love
resourcefulness.
I
Yeah.
love the word that you've used is ritual because I think it's such an important practice. And it is a practice. It's like, how can I empty myself and be absolutely present with what I'm with right now? It's like the sun. Can I be present with that whilst
Mhm.
sitting back and just enjoying what I've made myself? And I'd love to know because obviously you definitely have an offer or a program that you help women unfuck themselves, basically, which I love. How much do you go into things like this? Because I haven't really come across a program or someone
Mhm.
who's really helped other people become informed about these things, right? There's a lot of talk on the internet, there's a lot of information that's out there,
Yeah.
but the practical, tangible, it's like making the intangible tangible in a way.
Hmm.
It's like, do you talk about these things in your program with the
I do.
people you work with?
Yeah. Yeah. You know, it's not a right, it's not it's organic. So I mean, the program is a program.
Yeah.
But because it's the foundation of it is breath work, everybody's going to have it's chemistry, right? Everybody's going to have a different experience, and it's going to
Mm,
bring up different things for each person at each stage. uh, because we've all had a unique life and we've all had really unique experiences, and although there is so much similarity, way more similarity and overlap in humanity at large, than there is uniqueness. Um, but everybody has their own spicy, unique life. And it is really important to talk about like how important it really is to tune into yourself and your own rituals, or whatever it is that really makes you feel connected.
because you're
Connect,
creating your
connected
own
to your
environment.
Hmm?
Yeah. You're
Yeah,
kind of like facilitating an environment that's conducive for you to be connected with life,
yeah.
with your own life.
And it
Have
starts
that.
small, right? It starts small, but eventually, like
Yeah.
as we said in the very beginning, like the more steps you take towards practicing, then it's like when I'm traveling, um, I will seek out a great coffee shop and I will go find a coffee shop. And so I will have my little ritual in a totally different environment and a totally different, like, it's different, but it's also like, it's the same. That's
Mm.
my piece. So that's my pause, right? I'm not having my coffee and making a list. I'm
It's not
not
the thing you're
yeah.
doing. Yeah.
It's just like I just get to be there. I just get to be there with my coffee and just like in whatever environment that I'm currently in. And I know it's such an arbitrary thing, but
Oh, yeah, that's right. It might be for the person who's listening or watching right now. It might be not a coffee, but
yeah,
it could be writing or journaling. It could be
right.
reading a newspaper.
It could just be sitting like it. I think that's my point. Is like it doesn't have to be a huge thing and like, oh, this is really just going to make me such a better person. Like drinking coffee isn't making me a better person, but it is making me a better steward of my connection to myself and my surroundings and the universe because I'm taking a minute, a long minute, as long as I can, really. I will make it as long as I can because, as you go, then the day goes on and it gets the next thing. And it is, as soon as it's over, it's like over, right? Like on with your
Action
day.
time.
So, and whether sometimes it's for people like women or people that I've coached, like they enjoy it more at night. Like maybe their rituals at night. Um,
Do you have a night ritual as well?
I mean, I do breath work once I'm in bed.
Yeah.
Like, yeah,
Tell me.
I do some breath work. I put on my little, not, my insight timer. I have, whatever ones I'm rotating through, like that is like clockwork. That is yep. And
Yeah.
I'm also a great sleeper. So
Well,
it's
there's
easy for
probably
me.
there's probably a system for that.
Yeah, yeah,
It
yeah.
sounds like you have a system for that, right? It's the
Yeah.
rituals. It's the morning and evening rituals that
Yeah. It really, I know it's like
pre-bed.
so much of it is cliche, like, oh yeah, that's what it's like because it works. Like it really does. And consistency is king,
I
queen,
think
you know,
something, yeah, something really, really key to point out is it's a ritual, not a routine.
it's a ritual. You do it because it feels good. It's resourcing. You look forward to it. Yeah, exactly. It's it's something you look forward to. It's something that brings you joy and calm and serenity and peace. Like it's resourcing and pouring into yourself.
Yeah. Because I
Yeah.
mean, I've talked about routines and habits before a lot
Mhm.
on this show, actually. It's
Yeah.
like
Got a lot
you
of
can
those
have
too.
you can have your habits, but habits don't make you more conscious.
Mm-mm.
Habits don't make you more present.
Nope.
It's actually you're doing the opposite. You're making
Right.
yourself more unconscious so that you just
Right.
get it done.
You just get it done. You can tune out and you just stack them and you get it done. You're like, check, 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 check. Oh, I'm so efficient, but you're not. It's totally different. You're right. A ritual really does connect you and ground you
Mm.
and just make you more present.
And yeah, I
Yeah.
interviewed a neuroscientist a
Mhm.
couple of weeks ago now,
Oh,
Aram
cool.
Cargill, who was from Melbourne actually as well, but he's talking about same kind of thing. Is it's like it's physiology first. You can not override what your body is trying to tell you, what your body's trying to communicate to you. You can have the best knowledge in the world, you can know the perfect plan, but
Mhm.
if your body's not in a state where it can actually execute what it is you're trying to do,
Mhm.
it's not going to happen.
Ugh, there's so much of that. I mean, that is ultimately why I incorporated breath work so that you could, regulate your nervous system in order to have the mindset work actually take root. Because what I found for so long is like you do all this mindset work and you're like, yes, yes, yes. And you feel like you've got it all dialed in. And then like within a month or two, you're literally like have slid back to the old patterns.
Yeah.
And I didn't understand it for a long time. And now it's like, of course, it makes sense. Like you're not really receiving it. Like it's not really becoming part of your programming if your nervous system is not primed for it.
Well, we kind of described it in the episode as being inside a burning building. It's
Hmm.
like you have all these tasks to do that you know in your head you have to do them, but the burning, like the
The building's
the
burning.
building is on fire, right? The building's on fire, and it starts
Yeah.
small, and then it gradually builds up. And I actually saw a really, really great visual representation of this. It was a burning boat, right, on the lake, and you're sitting on the lake, and it's like you can either face your fears and just get into the unknown and just go for it, or you can stay on the burning boat and just continue to lie comfortably and just incinerate your soul,
Yeah.
basically. It's
Yeah.
like,
Yeah.
it's,
That's a good analogy.
you know
Uh,
what you need to do, right? Your
yeah,
physiology is trying to communicate to you.
all the time. I mean, that's the whole like root of disease, right? Yeah, I just finished the book by Mark Hyman, Dr. Mark Hyman, and yeah, it's like your body will constantly give you flags to address issues that are further upstream, but so if you're only just treating these tiny little symptoms, like that's like to your analogy, that's like trying to put the fire out with a bail bucket, but it's like completely taking over the boat. You're like, it doesn't work, but that's why we're all so sick,
Yeah. And
you
you
know?
you see it, like your body will show symptoms of,
Absolutely.
but it's not about treating the symptom. It's about noticing the symptom and then putting the puzzle
And
pieces
getting
together.
curious, being like, huh, I wonder what that's really stemming from. Like,
Yeah.
where is that coming from? Like, don't just put cortisone on the rash. Like, where's that coming from? And it does take it can be exhausting. Like that, there can be some fatigue around that. But it is like this
Mm.
amazing system. Our body is just like this amazing organism that will continuously give you flags to try and get you to connect to what's going on.
I would really love to dive into that for a second because it is exhausting, is what you just said, right? And I think there's a wisdom in that, right? Your body needs to get exhausted. It needs to really just become into a state where it can actually rest.
Mm-hmm.
Because your heart mind, as they describe it in traditional Chinese medicine,
Mm-hmm.
is the yang element. It's the masculine. It's like pull. We need to do this,
Mm-hmm.
and it will pull your body where it needs to go. But there's also this yin, this softening, this rest and digest element
Yeah.
that you need to pay attention to because that's what can't get replenished
Right. And that's what's predominantly ignored
because
because
we live in
rest is
this
not rewarded.
society. Yeah,
Yeah. Yep.
we live in a society that rewards burnout,
And
like
production. Yep.
production, exactly.
Mhm. Yeah.
Human products.
That's right. That's right. And sometimes, ironically, like it really is that simple in terms of like, it's just rest. It's like giving your body real rest, which it'd be hard to throw a stone and hit somebody that doesn't know somebody if it's not genuinely themselves who can say, yeah, I'm not well rested. I don't really know
Mm.
anybody who's well rested.
There is
Not,
this
not at
idea
our
of
age.
normal.
That's the new normal. Yep.
Yeah, being
And
tired is normal. It
mm-hmm,
shouldn't be.
grinding through the day. No, we're like we do have good design when we are well tuned, you know, but there's a lot of obstacles
Yeah.
nowadays. Yeah.
I wonder how much further we could go if we actually really truly listen to our body and I guess
Right.
almost let go into it, right?
Mm-hmm.
Because there is this pull, and I think the pull is coming from, it's not coming from our body, it's coming from outside of us.
Mm-hmm.
It's coming from what can you do better, or like what can you push yourself to do? And it's discipline, it's showing up every day, it's doing the best very best you can.
Mm-hmm.
But then it forgets about this thing that doesn't replenish. It's like a lake that
Right. Right.
you can't refill it.
Doesn't
You
have a
got to look after it.
Yeah, yeah. Well, and um I think it's such an interesting point. I know we don't have really that much time left, but just about like bridging that gap, right? How
Mm.
so many adults are finding it harder and harder to bridge that gap because of our current state of affairs.
Yeah.
And as some of us know, like there is no shortcutting that. there is no magic pill that refills that reservoir. Um,
Well, spot on. You can't fill it with steroids. You can't fill it
you
with
you just can't with anything other than self-resourcing, other than genuinely like having a reverence for yourself and genuinely taking care of yourself and giving yourself the rest, the replenishment, the resources, the nourishment, the kindness, right? Like being able to hold those two, the yin and yang of like, I want to be productive and I want to be a leader and I want to be a business owner and I want to do these things, and being able to balance that with real, genuine, like human necessity, um, and kindness for oneself. Like,
Mm.
it doesn't just have to be like I'm doing it and I'm getting it done and look at this and like that. And so if you can, but to your point, like as you said earlier on, so many of those people look one way on the outside, and then you get behind closed doors and they're just like a wreck. They're just a
Yeah,
wreck because they haven't spent any time nurturing that other aspect that is required for any sort of longevity.
yeah. I love that you've had a lot of experience in fitness, very similar to me.
Mm.
And I honestly don't think that Westerners or Caucasians really know how to nourish their body
At
well,
all. Nope. Mm-mm.
right?
Mm-mm.
To me, it's not about your macros, right? I've learned that the hard way. It's not about how many calories in and calories out, because
Mm.
you could just go and eat food that's like 3 months old, that's been packaged and put into a
That's
thing
right.
and you hit all your macros, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
There's this thing called life, right?
Yeah.
The more living something is,
Yep.
right? If it's vegetables and
Yeah.
fruits,
Yeah.
there's a reason why kids will, if they haven't been introduced to snack foods that are highly palatable, there's a
Mm-hmm.
reason why they would reach for a fruit over like a sandwich
Yep.
or like a crisp bread
Yeah.
if they weren't introduced to that. And it's the same with animals. Yeah, there's a reason why they go for the things that they do,
Mm-hmm.
but we get so far away because I don't know, there's just something that it fixes, or it feels like it fixes.
Well, I mean, all of those foods, they hit fast acting dopamine receptors, right? Like there is a lot of chemistry behind that.
Yeah.
Um, but your point about like it isn't just calories in, calories out, and it's also not just we've just come really far from nourishing our bodies for the sake of nourishing our bodies. We tend to nourish our bodies for a result,
Performance. Yeah.
performance, for looks, for this, for that. Like, and that is part, I would say, like a huge part of the nervous system disconnect, right? Like the dysregulation in our nervous system and why it is perpetuating this toxic cycle in ourselves. And part of that is when you really are disconnected to your body, you're not viewing your body as it is a little existential. You're not viewing your body as your one, right? You're like up here pulling all the strings and you're just like, just do what I tell you to do. Like you're like this separate organ, right? Like, oh, I hate my thighs, or oh, I hate my belly, or oh, I wish. And you're like, that's like that's you're all it's not compartmentalized.
How interesting. I was thinking as you were saying that, it's like you wouldn't relate to a temple that way. Like if you walked into a temple, like a Zen temple or something, it's like you wouldn't say, I hate the gates, right? Or I hate how the stones are all perfectly laid out. It's like
Right.
you
It's
wouldn't do that.
it's part of like all of it. When you start regulating your nervous system, there's you 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 open the portal to be able to accept yourself as a whole being and
Yeah.
not just as this compartmentalized organism that gets you from A to B.
Hmm.
And I think, at least for me, like that's been part of the journey in my life, like with my marriage and as a parent, and then as my interface with the world, and constantly like reminding myself of like we're all connected. Like we think that we're like these separate bodies, and that's how we experience it, but like we're really like all part of this fabric, right? It's like this like web, and it does take a lot of conscious, like I'm not, I haven't ascended yet to the
Mhm.
point where I'm like in the matrix, like see it as the matrix, and like I see this web, but like I do have moments where I experience it, where you're just
Yeah.
like especially I experience it most like when I experience synchronicity, like in my day-to-day life, where it's like this happened, and then oh, perfect timing, and then this happened, oh, perfect timing, and then this happened, and then you're just like ding 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 ding, that to me is like the frequency and alignment all sort of like channeling in, and it's like it's all connected. Like it's
Yeah.
not a coincidence. That wasn't just luck. And like that's just like the coolest thing ever. And for me, like I notice that a lot.
Mhm.
Um, and I think it's like anything, like the yellow butterflies or the yellow car, all those little the practices where you take somebody through the story and you're like, notice the yellow butterflies, and then all of a sudden for the next month, it's like they see them everywhere. And you're like, were they always there? And it's like, again, it's that confirmation bias. It's like you will start to notice things that you focus on. So
Yeah.
focus on the good things. Like you get to choose. Like pick your pain, pick your path, pick your poison. Like choose how you want to experience your reality.
Yeah. Very well said.
Yeah.
I'd love to go back. Just one final question I'd love to ask you
Mhm.
before we close up. Going back to that week where everything kind of just fell apart and you saw the
Mhm.
reflection was basically, I want to say a broken mirror, but obviously it wasn't maybe as extreme as that, but the reflection back felt that way, right? It's like, holy
Mhm.
shit, my life's kind of fallen apart and I don't even know where am I?
Yeah. Right. Where
What
am I? 100%.
What advice would you give that version of yourself now, given all the experience that's happened between then and now?
Hmm. What advice? Um, I mean, really, I suppose if I were really to be able to see, like travel back, just I would tell her that it's not as scary as you think it's going to be. Um, and that repair, like real repair, really is possible. Um, so to to lean into those scary parts
Hmm.
sooner than later.
So don't close your eyes when watching
Don't
the scary movie.
don't don't close your eyes, and like so many things in life, it really is never as bad once you're doing it as you think it's going to be.
Yeah.
And rupture will always happen throughout your life. Like that's just a part of the human experience. And knowing that there's always room for repair, no matter how long something's been ruptured, is like an amazing thing to know. Um, I find that to be really true.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Things have to fall apart before they can be put back together the way you want them to.
Yeah. Or, we all think we think we know what we want. We think we know what we don't want, and we don't. Like
Yeah.
we don't know what we don't know. And um it's like we just don't know anything. Really, like you wake up in the morning and you're like, oh, I look at my calendar and I've got these appointments. You think you know what your day is going to look like, and it's never what you think it's going to be, ever.
True.
So hanging on to that curiosity or engaging more with that curiosity as one has when you're a child of like stop thinking you know how it's all going to play out because you don't. Like you just don't. We make plans, we do. It's important to like design and plan, but like to also hold that really loosely because at least in my experience, like none of it has turned out that way.
Mm.
Like none of my plans have come to fruition in the way I had planned or imagined. And that's not a bad thing. Like it's turns out it's an amazing thing. But like I laugh at that all the time. I'm like, why do we even like this is I think it's so funny. Like we don't know what life has in store. So that is another great reason to just be today. Like be here today, be in the present. If you're not, start learning how to practice to get into your body and connect. And
Mm.
that's it. Like,
Yeah.
yeah,
I love that. Just get
yeah.
into your body,
Get into
practice,
your body.
find a find a
You-
practice that allows you to do
That's right, because you can't think your way out of your life. You
that.
like, I've,
Awesome.
I've tried.
Well, it's been an absolute
Yeah.
pleasure having this conversation with you today, Christina. I'd love for the audience to know how, first of all, they can connect with you. So, what's the best way to connect with you?
Yeah, you can follow me on Instagram, Christina Priceless Coaching. You can find me on YouTube. You can find me on Facebook. I'm on a couple of the socials, but yeah, you can just follow and reach out and you'll get me.
Yeah, awesome. And what program do you currently have? Obviously, we talked about the 12-week
The 12
regulated.
week, yeah, the 12-week regulated revolution. Because I'm like, wouldn't that just be great? We could totally have a revolution of regulated human beings and imagine the ripple effect that would have on humanity if everybody could really operate from a regulated state.
Yeah, I
I
think
mean,
it'd be pretty amazing.
mind blowing, I know. So that's my main program. There's a couple different ways that you can experience that, and then one-on-one coaching.
Yeah,
Yeah,
amazing. Well, once again, Christina, it's been a pleasure to have you here.
thanks,
Really
Shaun.
appreciate it.
Yeah.
And yeah, that brings us to the end of today's episode of The Reset. So if you're ready to stop being a passenger in your own life
Mm.
and start being the architect of your legacy, make sure you comment with the word reset, and I will send you the 7-day integrity reset over to you completely free of charge. Most people wait for their life to change.
Mhm.
So be the one to architect your choice. Change your state, choose how you show up. I am Shaun Tucker. I'll see you in the next one.